Good evening.
Okay, story time. And a little bit of a confession because I have to admit, the video I uploaded yesterday actually isn't the first video I ever recorded. It's the third video and like the fifth time I've thought about this whole concept. So the first video I actually recorded was the Monday after I graduated. And it's the first time I've done something out of the ordinary or something I've never done before, and it kind of kickstarted the gap year. And I promise that my channel won't just be story time things talking about my life because you don't know me and you don't care. It's gonna be more of me just trying new things, and that's why this story is so important, because I got on a boat. That's right, it was an hour-and-a-half boat ride. I had never been on a boat ever in my life, and that's why my family set it up for me, because they were like, what do you mean you've never been on a boat? Because my family fishes and stuff like that, and I guess in my 17 years of living, I just never took that risk. Because, I mean, water's scary, and I'm kind of scared of not being able to see what's beneath me, so yeah. So it was really fun. And I recorded a video while I was on that boat, but the graphics and the quality of that video was superb, to say the least. So this is just a quick little story time about how that went. First of all, I felt like they could have given me a little bit more of a heads up, because I don't know what I expected a boat to be. But my knowledge of boats is pretty much bikini bottom, and all I know is that they must be hard to drive because SpongeBob could never get his license, so I didn't know that boats move. Like, when they're not moving, they're moving. And they were like, yeah, because the water is like constantly going up and down with the waves, and I was like, it just didn't register to me that boats would move. So I got on, and that was literally the first thing I said. Not like, oh, the ocean's beautiful, this view, everything. I was like, oh, it moves. That's why they kept asking me if I got seasick. And I was like, how was I supposed to know I got seasick if I've never been on a boat? But that comes later. I didn't actually end up getting sick on the actual boat. I just felt sick a couple of times. But all in all, I have to say it was a really fun experience. We went out into the middle of nowhere land in the ocean, and we just kind of stayed there for a little bit. My family seemed to be having a good time. They were kind of just cruising. I was with one of my other friends, and we were just kind of bantering back and forth. It was a really chill experience. I would say it's like one of the more mature things I've ever done for fun. Because when they asked me what I wanted to do after graduation, I said, let's go to McDonald's. And they all just stared at me. They were like, no. And then I suggested going to Dave & Buster's, but that's like the equivalent of going to a bougie McDonald's for me, because I'll just show up there on any random Wednesday and either walk around or gamble. So they wanted to do something special to kind of like wrap up the whole moment, make it a whole thing. And that's where the boat ride came in. And it was a good experience. Will I get on another boat in the future? Probably, maybe not the same exact one. It was a great experience, but it's like more chill than what I would normally do for fun. It was kind of just sitting there. And that's not my thing per se, especially since I'm kind of awkward in those conversational spaces. So yeah, it was a good experience. Other than that, after that we went to a restaurant, because the crazy thing about parking in Hawaii is that you have to pay for it no matter where you go. So we went to this hotel that wasn't connected to the boat riding place, but they like did parking for the boat riding place. And you didn't have to pay for parking per se. You just had to go to the hotel restaurant and spend at least $25. So after we got off the boat, we went and bought a meal in exchange for our parking time, and Then my family was super tired, so they went home. Yeah, we all went home. So yeah, that was the first video I ever recorded for this channel. And this will be the first story time I ever do on this channel talking about my first video. Tomorrow I plan to actually do an activity of some sort. I have a couple of ideas right now, but I don't know which one of them I'm going to do as of yet. And I just wanted to talk about the boat ride because that was supposed to kick off this channel. So day one, or officially day one, was me talking about what was going to be day one. If you guys have any suggestions of things I should try in the next 365 days, or even just questions, comments, go ahead and leave them down below. I'm not asking you to subscribe, but please do. And all in all, that was my first video. Bye-bye! Oh yeah, I changed my hair. I feel like that should be mentioned. My hair was much longer and flowier and prettier in the last one. And I also keep looking at the phone screen when I should be looking at the lens. Hi, bye.